Another comment that people bring up a lot with me. Hey, Eric, why don't you ever talk about anything positive? And this is usually in regards to anything that's coming out that are of the modern books. I have an answer to that question. I'll help you out. Because there isn't fucking hardly anything that's coming out that's good. Have you ever thought about that? Of course not. No, it just has to be me being a bitter hate content creator, and that's it. It can't possibly be that DC and Marvel Comics are putting out 99% dog shit. I have a list, a playlist is on my homepage you guys can go check out, that has stuff that I've enjoyed even from the modern era. In fact, this is what I'm going to do right now. In fact, we'll pull this up, if you don't mind, and we'll look at some of this. It's been a while, but there are entire playlists, right, of me talking about things that I've enjoyed, let's say, in the past. For example, this is me talking. The literal title is "A Book That Isn't Trash," and I was covering the first 5 issues of the Thor reboot with Donny Cates, and the whole him Silver, well, more of Galactus, and trying to fight off the plague, that little black plague, and all of that. So yeah, there's that. I've talked about here. Here, let me get this audio muted real quick. Here, for example, DC Comic me congratulating, or rather, talking about Gotham City Monsters, which they had a gay character in it, and they never obsessed about they never obsessed about the character's sexuality. You knew that character was gay, but that was me covering that, and I think it was a limited series. I think it only went 6 issues. And here's me talking about Gotham City Monsters, so you have that video. I credit DC. DC is, at the time, Justice League 41 is what I'm covering here. Talking about how, this is me going, hey, believe it or not, I actually own the comic books, believe it or not. And here you can see that I'm actually covering this, and I'm talking about female characters, and Madame Xanadu, for example, who was a great handled female character that was brought back sort of in this comic book. So yeah, so there's that as well. What else we have? There's stuff in here, obviously, of me, hey, crediting when they brought back Synch. Finally, the black character that I said that they should have been fucking bringing back in the Marvel's universe. I talk about here. This is X-Men issue 5. I don't even think they came back to that. Talking about this. Let's see. What else we have? X-Force. Talked about that. We had good things to say about that initially. So this stuff is obviously there, right? Me talking about books, me talking about things that are generally favorable. It's just, for the most part, it's dog shit. So if it is dog shit, and I, as a guy that has been rooted in this subculture, see dog shit, I am going to talk about how dog shit it is. And I think this is what the consumers, the guys who sit there, again, the pigs, more so, I think is more appropriate, because pigs eat anything. And these are those people who hate watch my videos, and they only maybe come across the videos in which I've said, and I've done many videos in which I obviously talking about how negative some things are. But I'm only talking about that because that's what they give us. And that's the priority of the situation. Like, the vast majority of the books are not good. The vast majority of the storylines are dog shit. If you want me to stop talking about it, here's a bright idea for the creators, the comic pros. Stop putting out dog shit. But definitely when we have a historical compare and contrast, of course I'm going to talk about it. You being mad about that doesn't mean a goddamn thing to me. There has to be someone that that understands this, and again, I'm not talking about guys that hate follow shit. I'm talking about guys that actually read books. There are those of us who understand what this is, right? And I think it's important for these long-time comic book customers to voice their concerns and highlight when they are doing bad things, because it's not preferable. Simple as that. So if you want me to stop talking about this, you advocate that Marvel stop putting out dog shit, and then I won't have as much to talk about in that regard. If most of the work was good, well, I would have bought a comic book within the last 9 months. If the work was good, I'd be doing more videos in that regard. That would serve no purpose, but it's simply not. And the consumers, or rather the pigs, don't want to come to the realization. They don't even buy books, half those guys who say, well, I own more modern era books than they ever will. Nonetheless, I think people look at these mega corporate entities when it comes to the mainstream comics, and definitely with the rise of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or rather that it's at its peak basically right now. And so they don't like the idea of someone actually having some things to say that are like, hey, this isn't that good. They don't like that. And that's not my problem. That's a you problem. But until they actually get their shit together, I'm going to continue to mention this. How you feel about that is your problem. But unlike you, I'm a customer. I grew up on this stuff, and I would love for them to get this back on track. And I think voices like myself and people that are actual customers criticizing them to the point to where, okay, we're talking about when you do this goofy stuff, I think those are way more necessary than the people that will co-sign and cosplay every character, make stan accounts, even though they aren't customers really at all, and they're flaky at best when it comes to anything. If anything, they'll just watch some films and stuff, but they won't buy books. But hilariously enough, and that was the point, the videos are out there. They're there. So if you want to see, hey, say something positive. I don't know how many videos we're looking at right here. Me talking, for example, about Storm stabbing a motherfucker in the eye. Marauders issue 5. Me talking about how they did a good showcase of Silver Surfer Speed. Me talking about Zatanna. I'm looking at all of these, all in a playlist for you in the comic book reviews. I've done plenty of stuff depicting in a positive light, in addition to doing how many episodes did we do of Who is Thanos? Like fucking 15 episodes. I think it may have been more than that. I'm looking at this. We're talking about Kitty Pryde. Marauders does a good job of trying to highlight what she can absolutely do with her power. It's all there. You just don't want to accept it because there are things of me or videos of me saying that the shit's dog shit. Well, that's because it is. You just watched a clip from our podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.